The only way you can ever do those impossible tasks, or those tasks that you call impossible, is when you are more in tune with the Spirit. Because you, the inward man, you are always between these two. So we call it the garden. In the garden exists two trees: the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So you, the soul, you exist between the flesh and the Spirit of God. But you have so much attached yourself to the flesh. And like we say, the flesh is the smallest unit of your manifestation. It's limited. It's caged. It's a cage. You know, I was telling my prisoners last week, I said, listen, we've been saying these things all and getting these things all wrong. We say the spirit is in the body. No, the body is in the spirit. The greater always overshadows the lesser. The lesser is always in the greater. So the body is in the spirit, which is, we call our soul now. The spirit, our soul, is in the Spirit of God. It's not that the Spirit of God is in us. We are in God. God is flowing through us. And we are flowing through the body. The body is the smallest part of who we are. It's so limited. And we have chosen to accept our smallest part to be the truth of everything about us. You see, the spirit exists beyond time and space, right? So what you need for what you are calling tomorrow is already now to the spirit, because the spirit doesn't travel in time. It always is. It's you, the physical person now, that is going through time. The earth takes 24 hours, or the moon goes around the earth 24 hours. That's how we get a day. So all these are the parameters we use to calculate on a physical level. But on a spiritual level, it's different. On a physical level, if I tell you, go to 1996, you cannot. Can you? But if I tell you on a mental level, go to 2096, you can see exactly what you were doing at a certain time. You are already there. Spirit is already there. If I tell you, what do you think, go into 2032 and visualize the kind of life you want. You can. You can travel to that place in spirit, but not in flesh. Because flesh must take time to get to that space. Now, if you are living with only the qualities of the flesh, are you not limited in scope? You see, everybody that became successful, rich, always saw themselves as rich before they became. So they were living in that space of their future now. They entered into it in their physical life. But they held on to that future, not to the reality in the physical. You see, this concept we're talking about is what God has even done for us. It's what we see in the Bible. So God painted a picture of you in Christ and gave you that picture and said, if you can make this picture your reality, you will enter into it. So when you spend time making that picture your reality, before you know, your physical person will begin to do exactly what that picture can do. You know, there's a statement I like. It says, as Christ is, so are we in this world. Not as Christ was, as Christ is. So that means, why physically Christ walked 2,000, almost more than 2,000 years ago, he is in the future. Let me even take it away. Let me even take away the English. As God is, so are we in this world. Let me take it, make it seem more understandable for you. As God is. You see, everything that God is, God has made us to be. Though we might not seem to be it presently in the physical, but if we can take hold of this idea, make it ours, hold on to it, and begin to walk each day with that belief. You see, we are in the physical world, and time plays a role. And I think the problem most people have is that time seems to make it seem long. So we get tired before the actual manifestation happens. So I've seen people that held on to a belief for 1 year and they lost that belief. And so it never happened. They say, it doesn't work. Only if they had known that all they needed was to hold on for another 1 month, what they have been searching for would have manifested in the physical. Because you see, it takes time for something non-physical to materialize into the physical expression. Just as you, the minute the sperm hit the egg, you came. You were already fully the man you are today. But you are growing into that man gradually. In fact, while on this earth, you will never really enter into your greatest manifestation because you are going to grow into this earth, then they call it death. That is when you enter into your greatest manifestation. You are just growing through time. But you have always been who you were before you came, is who you are going to be when you leave. You have always been. The person in you is the same person. The only thing that has changed is his idea of this world. The consciousness that you are did not grow older. It's still the same consciousness. This child is going to be this child today, tomorrow, till when he's 60 years old. The only thing that you will see happening is his cells will keep dividing, so he keeps growing physically. Then, on a non-physical level, the ideas he receives begins to grow. But him, the essence, doesn't grow. He's already complete. He already carries all the fullness of his person within him right now. Everything that he needs to do, he can do. The only thing he will now start learning how to adopt those things into a physical world. So if you can see yourself from that point of eternity, from that point that is beyond time and space, from the point of God, everything becomes perfect for you. You see, you don't need to be physically perfect to begin that trust and belief in your oneness. You just have to believe. That is all. That is all you need to do to begin to embody this truth. We came into this world and we have been told that we are sinners, and so we sin. Do you know, if we came into this world and we were told that we don't sin, do you know we will not sin?